Hello and welcome to the siege of Oxyrhynchus. So we are heavily outnumbered. Indeed, we are. They have 1,000 men. We have 400. They have 1,000 men. But what we're going to do is wait until their forces are almost entirely in the town. So we've got the heavy infantry here. They've lost 2 men so far. Got to deploy the rear line in this. I would charge at the archers, but unfortunately,
Enemy troops have reached the walls.
unfortunately we don't. Unfortunately, their Palatina guard is actually guarding it. So, however, we are beginning to repulse their spearmen. Well, firstly, their cavalry, and next up is their first unit of exploratores. Now we commit. Now we charge into the rear of their line. We got to do this first.
Enemy units have been rallied.
Here we go. Now we charge with the spearmen. Yep. Spearmen defend. Cavalry flanks.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
And we smash into the rear of the Palatina guard. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn about and I'm going to ride down these archer units because they're still deadly. That was a nice victory. And they've still got a unit of cavalry left, archers left. So what we're going to do is we will chase after them with the forces of Legio 2. Well, first of all, we'll occupy Oxyrhynchus. And we're also going to get you repaired and get you a Colonia. Make use of some of the money. Now, obviously, in this episode, what we need to do is finish off the Huns. The Huns are somewhere up here. So we need to find where they are. Now, at the end of the last episode, Legio 6 was destroyed, so we are having to now reform it again. So I think we'll begin. Let's begin by getting you a unit of cavalry, which I think. Let's see. What do we prioritize? Let's have a unit of Plebinarii. Let's actually turn Legio 6 into a predominantly cavalry force. So basically, the idea is when we're pushing into enemy territory, we utilize the cavalry to begin the attacks. And these guys come again. Clearly, the first time wasn't enough, so apparently we want to re-attack once more. So this time we've got the forces of Legio 2, so we have an entire legion. Versus their rebel army. And we have the remains of the garrison, garrison from last time. So they are choosing to deploy this side. Now we attack. And this time, not a man survives. Now attack the cataphracts. And finally, the Clevenari are to launch a frontal charge against the Palatina guards. And in they go. Look at the damage. That is a charge. And turn around and smash into the rear. Fantastic work. Now we withdraw the Clevenari. Nice. Now you chase after the Sagittarii. They're the reason that this force is still able to operate. Now we turn around and engage the remaining unit of the Palatina guards. But the Clevenari, that charge was devastating. Decisive victory. We lost 29 men. They lost 382. That was a complete decisive victory. And by the way, we didn't even have to use the second line troops either. All we used was the town's garrison and one unit of Klebanari. That destroyed their entire army. Let's do 2 units of Scaticators, because these guys are useful. Because they, whilst not the best cavalry in the world, the fact that they can deploy ahead of your starting deployment zone makes them very useful indeed. So I think we'll withdraw back to the Rhine then. We're going to withdraw back to the Rhine, back to the Danube River, and we'll deploy the legions. Legia 1 is to return back to Constantinople to await reinforcements. So the remaining Hunnic force has chosen to attack the 10th Legion. So we are to hold it with everything we have. Now, we do have a unit of Clibanarii, the same cavalry that charged down a unit of the Palatinate Guard, heavy infantry. So hopefully we can do something here. Now, what we are to do is spring a trap. The 4 units of infantry, you are to form. Well, we are to form like so. So let's do 2 units of the in the center, 1 unit, and then 2 units of spearmen on the flanks. The guard in the rear. You shield walls, you testudos. Archers, skirmishers sat in the middle. This square is to lure them in. Then the Klebanari sit awaiting. Yeah, these are the cream of the army. Look at these guys. Look at these. So we are a fight for our survival here, in a way. They also have artillery, which is a worry. Oh, we're actually going to deploy the cavalry this way. East of thick forests. Our hidden units have been discovered. Heal away.
It's an ambush.
We commit to it. The Klebanari, you launch your attack now. The heavy onagers are the target. You will launch a fear as soon as you you'll launch a scare as soon as you get in there. Scare them. Now, ride them down with everything you've got. Nice one. On to the next one.
They are trying to take out our general. Defend him. Engage.
Nice one.
Glory. Advance at speed.
Now we peel away.
Quickly now. As you command. Understood. Heavy salvatore. Orders. Understood. Enemy units have been rallied.
Where? Now we turn around and slam. Back into them. Yeah, they're holding well. They are holding well. Now, what we have to do is turn around the Klebenarii, and you are to continue your attacks. This time into the rear of the mountain step bows. Now, as for you, we are to break out of here now. We're going to commit to this. This may kill us. Oh, good thing I didn't do it yet. Nice one. At Klebenarii, you turn and you slam into the rear of their lines with as much fury as you can muster. And into the rear they come. Look at that shock. Now commit the remaining infantry, the remaining units. Commit. Try and pull away the Klebenarii. Please. Nice. Turn and slam, and that's the end of the battle. And we slaughter every infantryman that can't get out. The horse archers got no chance of catching up to. And there we go. And this is why, as well, this is the predominant reason why I'm creating the whole, like the major cavalry force I am with Legio 6, because of this problem that I can't catch up to horse cav. This has been an issue for a while now, but by having a dedicated cavalry legion, it means I can actually just, what I could do is bring them to a like they would very rarely, I would say, be able to fight on their own due to a lack of infantry arm. But the entire idea of them is that they would be in supportive units always. So the supporting units always. So, you know, for example, instead of Legio 10 supporting Legio 1, it would be the 6th Legion with the cavalry. You know, and therefore we could save the light cavalry, for example, in reserve. So as soon as they're broken or whatever, we can chase down the horse cav. Now, as for the 6th Legion, so you've got quite a few units of Scout Equites and Dromoi. I think we've got to get 4 more units of you, and then we'll do I think we'll do 3 units of you, and then we've got room for 4 more, so we'll do 4 more of you. I'll tell you something, I don't even think we'll be able to invade the Western Empire anytime soon. I really want to, but I'm just kind of analysing the situation here. Because if I was to invade, I'm at war with not only the Western Empire, but also all of these guys. Look how many people I'm at war with. So maybe it's better off I...
My time is better spent feasting and hunting than...
Let's see. The only people I could try a peace with were the Ostrogoths and the Angles up here. They were the only people I could. Yeah, I think this idea of having massive expeditions might have to be a thing. But I think, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's what we could use the maybe that's what we could use the 6th Legion for. Because there's a lot of infantry up here that the Klebenarii would actually just be able to straight up ride down. The only issue I see is like sieges maybe. But I mean, what I could do is pull like one of the legions from here. So like I could say call the third legion, leave the second in Alexandria, and then I could have Legio 2 and 6 then advance. So Legio 6 at a quick pace, then Legio 2 following behind, besieging stuff. Like for example, the immediate one I could think of is we could launch a expedition, or like straight at Ubrizes or whatever it's called. Then possibly continue on to Britain, and then we just decimate the entire island. But I have disbanded the most of the First Legion now, and we're gonna we'll get the Palatine Guard. We'll get the general back to Constantinople, and we can reform the force here. I mean, maybe we could even just keep it as like even just keep it as a standard legion like size, so between like 4 and 6 infantry maybe. I think the smaller legions are working. But yeah, I'm gonna call the third legion. I think my priority should be to try and demolish. Destroy the basically try and make a dent in some of these enemies I have, because right now they're not my enemies, but come soon they will be. So yeah, I'll continue these guys on to Gemontium, and hopefully Legio 6 will be ready, and we can actually test it out against the Huns up here. So we are to move out. So Legio 6 has 19 units in it. I'm leaving one just for users. Which one of these gives us the cavalry here? 10,000 for that though. Yeah, you're free. We need 10,000 for. I'm going to do that. So Legio 6, you have to go to Vimiacum, and we will ready ourselves. Legio 1, you have to return to Constantinople, whereby you will receive your units. Like I said, it's going to be a smaller legion. There's a rebellion imminent in Libya, which is not good. I'm just going to move this legion back. There we are. Why are they upset? They're upset predominantly due to food. Now, for Legio 3, you're going to arrive back here, and then we can have you deploy somewhere. We do have the rebel army here, but I'm just going to let it build. Why not? Can have fun. Actually, you know what? No, we're not. Legio 6, your first deployment is going to be a charge down of the enemy line. They have Protectores Domesticini, whatever it's called. So let's go ahead and attack and ride down their lines. 1,600 cavalry. Well, 1,500 and 40 cavalry. The rest is the Palatine Guards. Spread the lines out. And we launch our charge in immediately.
We have discovered the enemy. The enemy has been sighted.
Now we attack. Here we go. Now we ride in from the flanks. Palatine Guard. Turn the cavalry around, and we slam into the rear. There we go. Now, the first strike of our force, of our cavalry forces, you're going to replenish, and we're going to launch a deep raid into enemy territory. Now, we don't actually have any horse archers, but we do have a lot of light cavalry, so we do have a nice counter. Then, as backups, we're going to have the forces of Legio 5 and hopefully a replenished Legio 10 in service, and also Legio 3 can get Serdica, and we'll have that as a reserve force as well. We're going to have a decent number of units sat in reserve. Hopefully they shall provide some assistance to our entirely cavalry force. You now launch your attack. Legio 6, let's go. Now, there's a force of Geats here. Nordic levies, onagers. Right, so they're going to attack through here. Forces of Legio 3 get to Thessalonica. You need to get yourself replenished. And Legio 1, I'm going to give you this, and some... Okay. Let's do this. 6 units of infantry, 1 unit of skirmishers, 2 units of Equites Prodromoi, and 1 unit of Clivinarii, and that will be the reduced First Legion. Legio 8, you're fine. 4, you're fine. How much money we're making now, though? 8,500. Now you're going to rebel. Now, do you actually have a good garrison? Oh, yes, you do. Because we actually moved the governor here. Governor? Because we moved him here. Hey! That is an astronomically huge force. 2,400 men of the Hunnic army, supported by 927 men of the Geats. We are to pull back. Thank you. That is more manageable. Alright, Huns. We are outnumbered. But this time, we're fielding basically an entire army of cavalry. I mean, get some. Now, we are to deploy medium melee cavalry of the Dromoi. Promoti, sorry. Now, Clivinarii, you are to deploy in the woods. These guys are the best when it comes to ambushes. I'm not daring a frontal charge, not at the Huns, no way. But these guys, you have to be sneaky. Now, yeah, so what we're to do is deploy these guys like so. Palatina guards behind. Equites Dalmati behind those. And finally, Scout Equites. These guys, again, can be deployed ahead of the advance guard and will be the first line of ambushes that we will set up. Have I forgotten anything? No reinforcements for these guys, just the Huns. We win this battle and we crush them, that's this, and that's the Huns removed. 4 units of Equites. Go.
The enemy has been spotted.
They've got a long line of cavalry, of infantry. Right, we have a remix. shock cavalry. You are to deploy in the center of the line, and we will indeed go for a frontal charge. Which I wasn't going to, but to be honest, I was expecting more of a kind of cavalry-heavy army. For Jomoy cavalry, you will sit behind the line. Light cavalry, you'll sit behind these guys. Palatina guard behind the central units. Ready for the charge. Now, units of Fourth Archers are starting to advance. In response, we are to respond with the Dalmatii. Now, frontal charge as it goes now. Swift as it can be. Go for the onagers immediately.
The enemy has found our concealed units.
Now we circle around their flanks. Heavy infantry, you are to move. You to charge south, down and into them. And here. Not one yet.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives.
We don't capitalize just yet. They've got horse archers. You can't really follow up on their attack with horse archers because I can't catch up to them. At least not in a ragged state that my army is at the moment. So what we're going to do is pull back all of our forces, rally the healthiest units, and then we'll go again. We'll form these guys into two lines. This works out well for us. What's that? Light cavalry. Now we advance the light cav immediately, and we'll charge these guys back in.
The men have thrown down their weapons and are fleeing.
Yeah.
The day is yours.
Yeah, I don't want my army ever to be in a broken state against the Huns. No way. Now, we ride them down. roundabout and we engage these guys. That could be a decent portion of their army destroyed. I think a large portion of it would have gotten away, but yeah, out of 1,500 men, we lost 456. They lost 2,200. That flanking maneuver with the scout headquarters, I think, was the deciding factor there, because it halved their army basically, because some of their units turned back. Yeah, and I think using the Clevenari to pin their centre down, I think, is also what secured victory. Well, there are indeed rebels here, but fortunately they're right next to where the Gear 2 is, so it's just a case of engage, and goodbye. I think we're going to withdraw these guys back to the Danube River, and what we have to do instead is I'm going to recruit some units for Legio 5, and we're going to go attack the Gear 1. Yeah, you'll engage them on the next turn, and hopefully we'll destroy the remnants of that force. The Geats have shown themselves. They're attacking Tremontium. We have a significantly smaller force. But we actually have 2 units of cavalry here. We can actually attack on 2. Yeah, we can actually deal with 2 enemies at the same time. Now we're going to engage the step bows. Now, there's Nordic Raiders. Yeah, they're actually standing, which is incredible.
A unit is running from the enemy. The men are running, cowards.
Right now it's time to be engaged. But we turn and engage. Now we counter with a second line. Turn and smash into these guys.
Enemy units have been rallied.
Yeah. Try and draw off some of their units. Go again. I'm using the spearmen to hold back. Now we commit the final unit, which is not exhausted, and we'll see how that does. Now we commit the final unit. So many losses. 250 men left. There we go. Entire unit.
Our men have given up and are running for their lives. The men are broken and running for their lives.
There's not much else I could have done. I was hoping for one of those units to rout and then a mass rout could ensue, but look at that. Double casualties. I don't know what to do though. They might actually just sack Tremontium. They haven't actually raised it, which is surprising. Now, Legio 5, you have to commit an attack on the Geats. Yep, and we destroy this unit. But I think that's gonna have to that's gonna have to be for next time, unfortunately. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If you liked it, you know what to do. And until next time, I should bid you guys farewell. Goodbye.